Some people think of flashcards as just a simple way to study vocab or math facts. You keep going through lists in order. Oh, good, you know your times tables. You're magically done. You know them all. You're going to remember them forever. I hate to tell you, you're probably wasting a lot of study time. What if I told you there was a flashcard method to make that knowledge stick twice as fast and for so much more than just vocab words? I'm Andrew with Brainscape, an adaptive study platform who literally wrote the book on how to effectively use flashcards with spaced repetition. Millions of people around the world have used Brainscape's website and mobile app to study flashcards for just about every purpose that you can imagine. And through a combination of cognitive science research and user feedback, we've developed a complete guide to using flashcards, which you can find over at the Brainscape Academy. In this video today, I'm just going to give a summary of the 3 most important sets of tips for you to become a flashcard guru. Knowing when to use flashcards, finding or making flashcards, and studying flashcards effectively. The first thing to remember is that flashcards are great for learning knowledge. Any topic where you could break down a huge body of knowledge into dozens or hundreds of well-organized and bite-sized questions and answers is perfect for the flashcard format. With bite-sized knowledge, you can easily assess whether you know the answer or not by just flipping the flashcard over. You're using active recall. And you can easily determine how frequently you want each of those bite-sized concepts to repeat using spaced repetition. Now, if you are learning something more skill-based than knowledge-based, something more like calculus or writing or coding, sure, maybe flashcards might help, but you should probably be using something more constructivist, actual activities. You're writing, you're debating, you're problem solving, you're tutoring. All of those types of exercises need to be weighed versus flashcards because the most successful people in any field are the ones that know the right tool to use at the right time. So think hard about whether you have the right type and material to learn for flashcards to really be the right approach. Which brings us to the question of where you're actually going to get these magical flashcards. Now, if you're studying for a big standardized test or professional exam or foreign language, you could probably find a box of decent paper flashcards over at Brainscape, or you could find great, well-organized, curated digital flashcards over at Brainscape, not just for publishers' flashcards, but for big certifications. But whatever you do, just make sure that your flashcards are created by top educators that might align to your textbook or course curriculum. And if you don't find the flashcards that you want on Brainscape or wherever, make sure you use a tool like Brainscape to easily create flashcards and divide them into decks so that you can organize them and that you can collaborate with other students, whether they're in your classroom or thousands of miles away. The technical process is easy, and the way that you create content is easy, as long as you follow these 4 important tips when making flashcards. Number 1, you gotta organize your flashcards into meaningful decks that make sense to you. Otherwise, you'll lose some mental mapping exercises. Number 2, you gotta make sure the facts are worthy of flashcards. Don't make a flashcard for every date or you'll go crazy. Number 3, 1 fact per card. Don't cram too many pieces of information on one card, more like it's an info card. Make it so that you're actually breaking things into questions and answers that you could regurgitate. And finally, make sure you use other people, whether you're collaborating to make the flashcards, ideally, or at least giving each other accountability of studying and almost scoring each other on them as you go. If you happen to have a computer or iPhone and you want to do these things virtually, Brainscape's, again, our flashcard authoring tool makes it easy to organize and share your flashcards as effectively as possible and to collaborate more easily than any other methods. Of course, none of these things matter if you're not going to use the flashcards to actually study, and that's where study habits come in. You probably already know that you're supposed to study a little every day rather than cramming. You already know that you should sort your cards into the hard pile and the easy pile so you could easily measure your progress as the hard pile shrinks. And if you can do all those things with paper flashcards or a traditional simple flashcards app, then you are awesome because you have great study habits and willpower. You should probably make some YouTube videos of your own. But for us mere mortals, once you get to a certain quantity of paper flashcards, your stack is massive. It's hard to manage these study habits unless you're using some kind of a smart and spaced repetition platform. And I'm sure you know I'm about to recommend Brainscape. We make it stupid easy to tap just one big study button, kick off an intelligent mix of flashcards that repeat in just the right intervals of time, and then best of all, we make it easy for you to estimate how much study time you have left, so you can plan your studies and develop strong, predictable habits. At the end of the day, flashcards are way more than just a stack of little index cards. Knowing whether to use them and where to find them, how to make them, and how to put them to good use might finally help you realize their superpowers and realize why all those teachers were recommending them way back when you were much more worried about whether your favorite boy band was going to stay together. Because more than any other study tool, flashcards literally put effective learning into the palm of your hand. If you like this advice, please check out the Brainscape Academy for more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and prepare to rise to your challenge.